we are now going to look at a few editing things. So I'm still here in my editing files, go back to grid view in the library by hitting G. I'm going to look first at some basic cropping. So cropping is something that we all want to do to a lot of images. You know, the rectangle that we have set up isn't exactly the right shape, or something intrudes a little bit that we don't like, or we want it to be a square, whatever it is. Cropping is super common. There are old, like, fusty, like, people like Cartier-Bresson, who is super dead, you know, is like, do not crop because I must see it with the eye, you know, and it's like, oh, come on, dude, get over yourself. So crop, it's cool, don't worry about it. I'm going to take, for my cropping demo, this picture where the thing, not only there's a lot of dead space over on the side, but also the horizon is cattywampus. I would like to point out, I went in and made the horizon cattywampus. I'm not a shitty photographer. So let's go ahead and take these good people. Cropping is in the develop module. So again, we're going to head back over to develop. And then it's pretty straightforward. So right here at the top, there's a histogram, which we will get into what that means a great deal. Right underneath it, there is this, which is the crop tool, the universal male symbol, the Eye of Sauron, the gradient tool, the circly thingy, and the brush. I like the brush because I am a 12-year-old boy, and when you drag this, the brush gets really big, and that amuses me. Anyway, let's grab the crop tool. So I click on that, and you'll see we have 4 handles, right? Those of you who have played around with any photo editing program, right, this is all looking kind of familiar. So I've got these 4 handles, and if I grab one of them, right, I can crop it down, right, and be like, oh yeah, that's the best picture ever. Yeah, whatever you want to do, all that's great. You can also get this not by going there, but by using a keyboard shortcut. If you've used any photo editing program ever, you know that the keyboard shortcut is C for crop. No, it's R for crop. Right? Lightroom, hey. So you can hit R for crop, or you can just go up here and click that little box in the develop tab, whichever one, doesn't matter to me. In addition to cropping in, you can also rotate that crop box. The way to do that, it's kind of hard to see on the screen, right? If I hover right over that corner, I have a double-headed arrow that will allow me to go in and out. If I just move my cursor a little bit outside, it switches to a sort of curved double-headed arrow. And with that one, I can click and rotate. And so it rotates the picture. It will also sort of crop in. You can't crop outside of the picture. You'll notice it has these handy grid lines so that you can see, okay, there, the horizon is straight. I'll hit escape to undo that. With that crop tool, I'm going to come back over here and click on it. So aspect ratio, right, that's the proportion, things like square or 16:9. Right now, there's the original, there's a bunch of presets. If you click that padlock, then you will stick to whatever that aspect ratio is. So let's say you were doing something where you needed to deliver 4:6 prints, right? And you're like, okay, I'm shooting at 2:3, I'll just stick with that. What if you wanted this to be a vertical instead of a horizontal? So to do that, if you just hit X on the keyboard, it will swap from a horizontal to a vertical, vertical to a horizontal, and you can crop it in more easily. That, I'm going to tell you, I found that out today. Because you can do it by dragging, but it's kind of counterintuitive. So hitting X on the keyboard, awesome. I just found out my gain is your gain. I pass the savings on to you. Everybody gets a car. So there we go. So we've gone in, we've cropped it like that. You can also unclick that little padlock and crop it however you want, or come back here and select a particular ratio. If I know I'm going to give them 8x10s, right? Set it to 4x5/8x10 because it's the same thing, and do that. Now to rotate it, right? Because that horizon, like you can't give somebody that picture. Like, come on now. Over here, right? We could just rotate it by dragging it. Over here, there is a little angle thing. It has a couple of things. It has a slider. I can't use the slider for shit. And it has a little thing you can click on. Once I've clicked on that, I can then go over here and drag it along any line that I want to be either horizontal or vertical. And it will choose whichever it's closer to. So this one is close to being horizontal, like straight across, but it's not quite. So I'm going to come over here and drag a line along that horizon, and then it will calculate how much it needs to rotate it to make it straight. So again, right, here I am, come up here, get my crop box, grab that angle thing, draw a line across it, boom, there we go. Super straightforward, no pun intended, and now it looks a lot better. Boom. Hit return to commit, or you can always hit done down in the corner. And now we have a picture where the horizon is straight and we've cropped in or cropped out a bunch of that garbage over to the side. All right, that is the magic of cropping, and I will come back and talk about exposure and maybe black and white conversion, depending on how fast I can do it.